started with our premium pork ribeye steak, item M88481, 4 easy payments of $19.25. This is not your grandmom's pork chop.
Not at all.
It's not dry. You don't need to douse it with sauce. It is incredibly tender. It's actually fork tender.
It is fork tender.
Right, I'll let you cut me a piece while you tell everybody about it.
I'm going to get the knife away and just take the fork, and you can just cut right through this with your fork, right? This is our 8-ounce version. So the 6-ounce smaller portion has hundreds of reviews on QVC.com. It's one of our best, most reviewed products on QVC.com. All these great 5-star reviews of people loving this product. Why? Because of what Brittany just said. It's not your grandmom's pork chop, right? When you take a piece of pork that looks like this, and you can take it and just chop right through it with your fork. I mean, this isn't a magical fork. It's just that simple. And these are big, thick pieces that we're cutting through. It's so incredibly tender and so flavorful that once you try one of these, it's going to ruin regular pork for you. I assure you that. It was funny, earlier today, I was making a joke that I had the meat sweats because we were trying about 20 different marinated flavored items in our kitchen here.
You didn't invite me to that.
Chicken, marinated pork. I didn't. You were with the kids on a field trip. But, I thought that was better, let you spend some time with the kids. But we were using real pork. And when I say real pork, conventional pork, not this Duroc pork from Pennsylvania. And I was spitting it out every time I ate it because it's just not the same. When you try this and you get this at home, you're going to realize why it has all those 5-star reviews. But I'm going to take you right to the meat block to show you the difference, because there's one major difference between this pork and what I recommend or talk about as conventional pork, like I was saying we tried earlier today. And I'm going to show it to you here. So this is a whole piece of pork prime rib. If you've ever bought a beef prime rib from us around the holidays, it's some of the most tender, most flavorful meat that you can experience, right? But it's premium. It's very expensive. So it's not something you enjoy year-round. You have it at the holidays. But this is that, just on a much more economical, budget-friendly version. So this is a pork prime rib. We've taken all the fat, all the silver skin, all the stuff off of it that you don't want to have to eat. Then what we do, it's about a 3.5 to 4 pound piece of meat. We take the front, and we're going to square it up and just get rid of that. But then we cut these beautiful, either 6 or 8 ounce chops, depending on which one we're bringing to you. Today it happens to be the 8. And I want you to see the amount of marbling that is in this meat. See all that kind of white, those white lines that are running throughout it? That is like eating a piece of prime USDA beef, right? If you've ever had a piece of USDA prime beef at the finest steakhouses in the world, that is this, but this just happens to be the pork version. All that marbling that you're seeing is going to break down when we cook it on the pan, and it's going to leave this buttery, rich, incredible flavor, and it's just absolutely exceptional. This is one of the most, if not the most, sought-after products, Brittany, that we actually have at the butcher shop. Customers come in every day raving about these premium pork ribeye steaks because it's just like on anything that they've ever tried.
Yeah.
Once they try it, they're sold. They can't go back to eating regular pork again. It really ruins it for them.
It's so true. And that piece that you just showed, that's exactly what it's going to look like when you receive it at home. So these are individually packaged and blast frozen. So you just take out whatever it is that you need. I just realized I'm wearing my ring that my little guy got me today at the Egyptian Museum.
Oh, nice.
That I was chaperoning. But anyway, these are individually packaged, blast frozen. You go ahead and you defrost them. Just get the chill out.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're absolutely going to share one of these. I mean, I want you to see what just one whole one looks like once it's cooked. First off, they're not going to shrink very much. They're going to stay about the same size as they were when they were raw because of the quality of it. But these are large pieces of pork. I won't eat one of these whole pieces if I'm not that hungry, right, for either lunch or even for dinner. Usually, Brittany and I will take one of these. We cook one. It's a half a pound. I want you to think about how much that is. We take one of these, we cook it, we cut it in half, and there's dinner for Brittany and I, right? So if you do that, now you have 2 4-ounce pieces of premium pork that are absolutely exceptional. You're going to eat from one end to the other. There's no fat left on this, right? So you're going to eat every ounce that's there. But again, you're going to turn those 8 portions into 16 when you do what we just did here. And again, it's just so budget friendly compared to eating a piece of red meat. But it's so flavorful. You're going to be shocked at how great this tastes. And there's so many uses for it, right? When you get one of these 8-ounce chops at home, you can take an 8-ounce chop and do what Brittany's doing right now. If you cook it off first or do this before, just take it, right? Once it's cooked, cut it into little, fajita strips. What better way to make a taco, make a salad, something like this with these beautiful pork strips that, quite frankly, 1 8-ounce portion is more than enough to cover an entire salad for the two of us, Britt.
So yeah, exactly. They are so easy. I love to actually cut them when they are still raw. And we just did the fajitas right there, or taco style, that you can slice them down and just pan saute them. We have kebabs here as well. And then what Ray did is he usually cuts these for me when they're still raw, and we'll put them on the grill with just a little bit of our favorite barbecue sauce or barbecue glaze. And then you can kind of have boneless ribs because they are that tender.
Oh, I love that.
And then also I have your favorite. If you want to tell everybody what they need to do with their raw piece of pork.
Yes. So one of my favorite ways to eat it is, we're Italian. First off, let me back up. We're Italian, of course. So I love chicken Parmesan, right? Pork Parmesan. I like chicken fried steak. One of my favorite ways to take this pork, it's 8 ounces. It's very big. You can take it, though, with a kitchen mallet because it's so tender and it's so richly marbled. Take your mallet, flatten it out. This is 1/2 of a piece, right?
Yes.
The size of my hand. We took 4 ounces, flattened it out, and it's 1/2 of a piece. You put a little of that white gravy on top, and yes, that is gravy, right? Even though I like to call the red stuff actually gravy, but you put one of those on, 1 4-ounce portion, flattened and already breaded. It's absolutely exceptional when you eat it that way. There's just so many uses. As center of the plate, ribeye steak, because that's what this is. This is not a pork chop.
Right.
It's a pork ribeye steak that you are going to absolutely delight your guests with this summer. But also, one of the best things about this product is, one of the things I deal with in the summertime when we're having friends and family over is everybody likes their product cooked to a different temperature, right? Some people want it rare, medium rare, well done. With this product, you're just going to cook it fully through, right? Which, Brittany, is about 140 degrees, right?
For pork.
140 degrees for pork. But you can't kill this. No matter how long or how well done you want to make it, it's still so tender and so juicy because of how richly marbled it is and all that marbling that's inside this piece of meat. It's truly just exceptional. So we didn't really talk about where it comes from. This comes from all right here in our backyard, right? Eastern Pennsylvania. The Amish have raised this pork this way for generations. We've been dealing with these farmers for the last 48 years since my father started the company. And this has always been one of the most sought after items in our butcher shop because guests know us, obviously, for premier premium items. But when they try this pork, you just can't get it anywhere else. Now you can get it at QVC. In each one of them being individually packaged, right? I know folks are taking advantage of this item and buying more than one and taking advantage of that because there's not auto delivery, Brittany.
Exactly. We don't have the auto delivery tonight. This is a 2022 award-winning product, and it's on 4 easy payments of $19.25. And like we said, you're getting 8 8-ounce portions. So when you do break them down, kebab style, fajita style, taco style, cutlet style, if you're slicing it for salads, you can kind of take that and stretch it a little bit more, which is what we do with our kids. Friday night we had these, and we made 3.
Right.
And we had leftovers the next morning that we
absolutely
were able to kind of chop up and put over the salad.
When you could take a chop, Britt, with your fork, right? This is a whole 8-ounce ribeye chop.
I've just eaten a third of it because it's my favorite.
But when you could take one of these, this is whole, just like you would see. You got it on your plate as a steakhouse, right? You can't cut through a whole steak with a fork, right? Can you do that at a restaurant? Absolutely not. You can take your fork and you can literally chop right through the center of this steak. That's how tender it is. You can't do that at a restaurant with the very best piece of red meat, but you can do that with this pork. Why? Because it's so incredibly tender, right? When you get this at home, you are going to be shocked at the tenderness of it, the tenderness level, but not just the tenderness, it's the flavor. When you try the flavor, it's absolutely exceptional. I mean, it is like eating the best baby back rib, right? Without having to deal with bones and all the other kind of stuff.
Right.
It's a pork ribeye steak. You're going to absolutely love this when you get it at home. It's hands down one of our favorite items, and it's one of our guest favorite items. That's why there's so many 5-star reviews on this, Brittany, because there's so many uses, whether it's the kebab, right, or it's the boneless rib fingers that we made from it. Anything that you want to do with this pork ribeye steak, you can do with it, right? Anything you would use chicken for, you can use for this. You can take it, put a little pocket in it, and stuff it. There's so many uses.
Well, we met that couple this weekend at the Foodie Fest from LBI, New Jersey, and they were the ones telling us that, when that period of time when we were home for a while and they were ordering a lot from QVC, that they found these,
Right.
and they cannot stop ordering them. It became a staple in their home. They cooked them at least once a week. They had all the different ideas and recipes. They were doing brown sugar, marmalade
one of my favorites.
glazes,
Yep.
apples,
Applesauce,
and just
yep.
really wonderful ideas. So if you haven't tried them yet, this is a great time to do so. It's not on auto delivery. We are on 4 easy payments of $19.25. Item M88481, 8-ounce premium pork ribeye steak. I think I'm gonna have another one. So still to come, our already